All right, Shalom. Before we start, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh
Bahasham,
Bashim, Yahweh Shai.
double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, Bashem Kodash Rakah, double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all of Akim, Walking, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. All right, basically, his lesson is going to be about how you're don't turn to the dark side. All right, and the meaning of that phrase means don't let the demons conquer you. All right, don't become a fallout or don't be a reprobate. Continue on in the work. All right, ultimately, that's not of anyone's control. But while you're in this thing, push and do what you're supposed to. All right, don't give in to Satan. All right, fight the demons. All right,
I got a precept.
um,
Yeah, this is Second Peter's 2:10, because Salaki did Second Peter's 1:10, because Akia mentioned something that was highly important. It is basically, it's not in our control if we're chosen or not. You know, if the Most High is going to allow us to continue this thing or not. But while you're in it, what you can do is give diligence to make your call and election sure. So this is Second Peter's 1:10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail.
well, you already broke it down. Kind of, because basically we were just before we started the video, we were just looking at a whole bunch of Star Wars clips. All right, if anyone knows anything about Star Wars, you know that the shows and movies, they show the eternal struggle between good and evil, the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do, and the consequences of both. All right, if you're doing the right thing, all right, and for us, if you're doing what's right in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to be rewarded. But if you do the evil, if you go to things that are wicked for your own selfish desires, it never turns out good. All right, you might get that Satan might give you benefits on the short end of the stick. All right, but then you have to deal with the latter end. All right, things might seem pleasurable in the beginning, turn into Satan. You might get what you want. Like you can look at these entertainers in the world; they sell out, they get all this money, they get the women they want. But look at their latter end; they catch STDs, get brought up in trial, lose all their money. All right, so for us in this truth, we can't give in to Satan. All right, no matter what he tempts you with.
The scriptures say, resist the devil and he shall flee. You know, for an example, a great example of an individual, you know, who resisted the devil was Yahushua. You know, Satan came to Yahushua, tempting him, you know, to do certain things. But what was the latter end? What did Yahushua do? You know, he rebuked them, and he rebuked them with the scriptures. You know.
Yeah.
And what is this? What is these scriptures? These scriptures is our light, man. You know.
Somebody got something, they can pull it.
I got something right quick.
I got something as well.
Romans 1:28. Even as they did not take to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to reprobate minds to do the things which are not convenient, being fulfilled with all unrighteousness, fornications, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, and full of envy and murder and debate and deceit and malignity and whisper.
Which is all things that are in somebody that's dark, in somebody that's on the dark side. You know, that's not those things aren't the behaviors or the characteristics of somebody that's in the light. You know, and ultimately it's the Most High who choose, you know, which side you're gonna go into. Whether you're gonna operate on the right hand side and be part of his elect and chosen, or whether you're gonna be on the left hand side. You know, there's plenty of different scriptures, you know, that shows you the Most High chooses, you know, what you're gonna become or what you're gonna do. It's not in your own will, you know, or in your own devices to choose which side you're gonna operate on.
I got you. Y'all can pull.
You got some not? You got more on that?
I got a little more. 30, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affliction, impracticable, and unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, and not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. And these motherfuckers, they graft to other motherfuckers that have pleasure in doing this wickedness. Like the Good Samaritan, they fuck around with and refined. Yeah. You know, them niggas, they try to refine or whatever the fuck they supposed to be. You know, all these motherfuckers with reprobate minds, they seem like they hook up to each other. Shut the fuck up. Whoever got something else to do, go ahead.
God, well, this is a scripture along the lines of being illuminated or walking in the light, which the light is the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah. And as long as you're walking within that light, or you know what's written in this book, you'll be all right. You know. So this is Baruch 4:2. It says, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated."
Okay.
You gotta walk in His light. You gotta walk in the words of the scriptures. You know, the commandments that's written within these scriptures.
Granta, you got something?
Khan, going back to this is a precept for what the brother had brought out in 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. This is Philippians chapter 1, verse 10 and 11, and it reads, "That ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense to the day of Yahushua, being filled with the fruits of righteousness that are by Yahushua Mashiach, or to the glory and praise of the Most High Yahweh."
You got it, right?
So yeah, so Khan, we want to be up until the day that Yahushua cracks them clouds, according to Revelations chapter 1 and verse 7. We want to be without offense, man, and we want to be filled with the fruits of righteousness. You know, going out onto the highways and hedges, you know, doing what is commanded of us.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you got a scripture?
Yeah, I got one. John verse 6, verses 44. No man can come. Yeah, 6:44. John.
Okay, God.
Okay. No man can come to me, escape the Father which had sent me, drawing him, and I will raise him up at the last day. And so this is the last day right there. So we're in the last day. And so, you know, our job for men that woke up in this truth is to stay in the light. And then just read, that was the light, man. Because, you know, we're praying to God about Shemal Shah every day because we want to get up out of here, man.
That's right.
God, no man can come to the light except the Father draw him. You know, so except you were chosen of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Now you got individuals that come into this thing and they think that they're in the light, you know. But as it show you in the movie Star Wars, like with what was that, Anakin Skywalker, you know, he thought that he was walking in the light. You know, he tried being the Jedi, but what happened was the dark side took over. You know, so eventually, a person, you know, that's walking in this thing, they'll eventually get exposed. Like for an example, if you read the book of I want to say it's the same chapter, John the 6th chapter, it tells you about Judas Iscariot. And it tells you how Yahushua knew who he had chosen, and he knew that one of them was a devil. You know, so you got individuals that's in this truth right now, but really they're devils. And in the time to come, they're gonna be exposed for what they are, what they truly are. We've seen examples of that, you know, especially us, you know, given the fact that we're the Detroit camp of GMS. And we had 4 individuals that fell out. And now what are they doing? They're scoffing against the truth. They're coming up against this thing. And what's going on? They're in darkness, man. They're in darkness. They're in deep darkness, out of darkness. You know? And that's a scripture that says that. Oh, you got it.
Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not yourselves how Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates? But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. So we're not of that dark side, huh? Being a reprobate, being void of judgment, huh? Like, because Anakin Skywalker, or even anyone a part of the dark side, they're void of judgment because they couldn't discern from the wicked thoughts that they were having. They were completely engulfed with the dark side. The dark side took them over, and when that happened, a change happened. It clicked in them that they were evil, man. But that's why it's, examine yourself, right? Knowing that Yahushua is. Know ye not that yourselves how that Yahushua is in you? So you have to believe that you're of the light, that you're of Yahushua, and have that faith. Except you be reprobate, because if you're a reprobate, you're going to be at the dark side to be destroyed.
That's right.
Verse 7.
Hey, you got to walk in that light too. You know, you gotta believe, you gotta have faith, and you have to walk in that light, which means that you have to apply all of the teachings of Yahweh Shai, and you have to reject the flesh. You know, because being prideful, that's part of being fleshly. That's part of being carnal. You know, when it comes to things like for example, I spoke on judgment. When it comes down to you being reproved, or when it comes down to you being rebuked, because that's another thing that can show you in the Star Wars movies from the snippets that I've seen. Usually, a person can't take rebuke. They can't take chastisement. One of the clips that we just seen on the television in regards to the Star Wars movie, there was 2 brothers, and one came and brought a sacrifice that was unacceptable. It reminds you of Jacob. I'm sorry, it reminds you of Cain and Abel. The one brother brought a sacrifice that was unacceptable, and when he saw that his sacrifice was rejected, he got upset, you know, and he went to slay his father, and his brother stopped him. And what he did was he ended up killing his brother. But that reminds you of Jacob. That reminds you of Cain and Abel.
So,
you know, that's the reason why the scriptures say that you are of your father the devil, and in the works of your father you do, roughly paraphrasing, that he was a murderer from the beginning. You know, these guys that can't take rebuke, they can't take chastisement or correction, they're of their father the devil. You know, which proves what? That proves that they're on the left-hand side. Yeah. You know, and that devil, trust me, it wasn't speaking about the spiritual demon Satan. It was actually speaking about Cain, man. You know, which the spirit of Cain now resides in the so-called white man. But you got a bunch of Israelites that are following their ways. See, according to the scriptures, we're identified being Israelites. We're identified with being the children of the light. We're supposed to walk according to the words of Yahweh Shemiel Rashad. Why? Because we're his chosen. But you got Israelite men who call themselves being in the truth, they're no longer walking this light, but they're walking in darkness. Their eyes is full of darkness. Matter of fact, we'll get that scripture too, but Salakia.
This is 1 Corinthians 13:7. Now I pray you to Yahweh that ye do not know evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates, for we can do nothing against the truth before the truth. Right. So our work and our doing is supposed to be honest and sincere, and not of the works of darkness, but of the works of Yahushua, because it talks about in the scripture putting on the body of Yahushua, putting them on as yourself, because you're supposed to walk in the light, supposed to walk in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and not in darkness, and not in wickedness or malice, but in honesty and sincerity and uprightness before the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Well,
Yeah. I guess this is out of Sirach. Just real quick, it's chapter 15, starting at verse 11. Say not thou, say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth. Say not thou, he calls me to error, for he hath no need of the sinful man. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High Power love it not. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hands of his counsel. So it's showing you that you can't use the Most High as an excuse to turn over to wickedness. Which you'll see a lot of the fallouts do. Oh, maybe I know I made the right choice in leaving. To give themselves that false confirmation of what they're doing is correct. You can't use your own bullshit justification to go and dwell into wickedness. You have to resist Satan. You have to resist the things of the flesh. The Satan right now on this side of the world, Satan is powerful. He can give you everything that you want, physical counterpart and the spiritual. If you turn over to the so-called white man, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'll do anything, I'll sell out, I'll give you my body, I'll do whatever you tell me to. You can be up in mansions, partying, freaking off on all type of women. You a fag, freaking off on animals. You can have all types of power in this world, but in order to do that, you have to give over to the wickedness. What did Satan? He tried to tempt Yahushua. He said, what did he say? He said, I give you all the kings of the earth. Just bow down to me, basically. All right. He has rulership right now. He can give you anything, but we can't give in.
This is Matthew 4 and 8. Again, the devil, this is Satan, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and shows him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord Yahweh thy power, and him only shalt thou serve.
John. So he not only did he defeat him, but he used the scriptures to do so. All right, because only the weak are going to give in. He knew it was just a test anyway. Once you get into these scriptures, you realize that whenever these wicked thoughts are coming to you, it's Satan. So you can't give in. You know that, okay, this is a battle. This is a part of the battle. I have to get the spiritual armor on.
Let me grab a quick precept. This is James 4:7. Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. And that's the problem with a lot of these guys that turn over to the dark side. They don't resist the devil, but they entertain the thoughts that are in their mind as if it's their own thoughts. See, the craftiness of Satan is when he knows your voice. We all have that inner voice where you can speak to yourself and it sounds just like you. Well, Satan or these demons know how to imitate that voice. So what they do is they try to make it seem as if it's your own self that's thinking that thought, man, and you accept it as if it's a wise counsel. But that's the reason why you're always supposed to get a second or third opinion about something before you do it. Like for an example, if you're in the thoughts is telling you, okay, well, something in the scriptures is broken down a certain way. It's been broken down a certain way, but it should be broken down this way. You should go and get counsel on that first before you decide to try to change it up.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for a devil to creep in into basically cause you to think something.
That's right.
Now, if you're thoroughly reading the scriptures and watching videos, then you would know that man, that thought was some bullshit, and you rebuke it. Guys don't know how to rebuke their thoughts.
I got a precept.
I do
They
too.
don't know how to rebuke Satan, because one of the things you got to know how Satan attacks you, man. That means that you have to find out what your weaknesses are, and you have to know what your weaknesses are. So that when temptation comes, you will know that it's Satan, and you will know to rebuke it.
Process, you got it.
Oh, Khan, this is Ephesians chapter 6, and starting at verse 10, and it reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil."
The deceitful, cunning tactics of the devil.
That's right.
Can you read also Ephesians 4:27?
Khan, I got you right now, brother. This is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 27, and it reads, "Neither give place to the devil."
And that's the problem. Brothers, some guys are giving place to the devil. Here it is. When you came to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you were that old man. But when you received the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that demon that was in your mind got kicked out. It got kicked out. It got what's that word? Evicted. And your house was clean. Your house being your mind, it was clean. But now you want to go back into being that old man. So what are you doing? You giving place to the devil, man. So what's going to happen is he's going to come back with a host of other demons, and they're going to throw a house party in your mind, man.
That's right. Oh, I got a preset for that too, bro.
Keep on with you. And you really going to be in the dark side then. Video. You're going to be sucking into that darkened place, that sunken place.
That's right.
That's right.
Mia.
Yeah, you can
Okay, yeah, Khan, to what the brother Shakam just said, this is a quick precept, then you brothers can have it. I said this is a quick precept for you brothers to what the brother Shakam just said, and then you brothers can take it. This is Galatians chapter 4 and verse 9. "But now after that ye have known the Most High Yahweh, or rather are known of the Most High Yahweh, how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage."
God, and you got some guys who came out of the Christian faith to come back into the knowledge that they were Israelites. And now, what are they doing? They're scoffing against, other Israelites that are doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and making the same arguments as the Christians. They're making the same arguments as the Christians, man.
God.
Yeah.
I got a precept.
Saying that America isn't Babylon. You know, America isn't Babylon. The Vatican is Babylon. Basically, saying the same thing the Christians are saying about how America won't be destroyed, man.
That's wicked,
Now,
man.
ask yourself, why would an individual say that? Come on now, be realistic. The reason that they'll make arguments like that is because there's something that they're trying to protect in this place.
God.
You know?
God, they want this place to continue.
That's the realism of it. That's the reality of it. Maybe they're not confident, you know, because they got kicked out and they want to try to find a way to escape and to get around. Okay, well, if Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with us, well, maybe we got a chance if America won't be destroyed. These guys are fearful, you know, and they don't really believe that the spirit of Yahweh Shai is dealing with them. Even though they try to play like it is, but we all know the up and up. We all know the truth. Because we can see it. A tree it shall be known by its fruits.
Fruit come.
Why would the Lord wait all the way into the end when this thing is almost over to reveal the truth unto a handful of individuals? It would take forever for this message to, you know, if we had to remix everything.
That's right.
And then when they're bringing out scriptures or breakdowns, it's not nothing concerning prophecy. Everything that they bring out is something concerning something that doesn't have any, it don't matter. Like, for an example, is Ruth of Moabitess. Who gives a fuck, man? The world is on the brink of World War III. They're implementing the RFID chip, which we believe is the mark of the beast. But wait a little while. Those things are going to change up in their doctrines as well. So these are individuals that are wholly given over to the dark side.
That's right.
They have a host of demons that are inside of their mind as throwing a house party.
I still got some on this. Real quick, Sirach 15, verse 15. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he hath set forth, like he hath set fire and water before thee, stretch forth thy hand unto whither thou wilt, before man is life and death, and whither him liketh shall be given him. All right, so whichever side you want to go to, all right, it's in front of you. All right, like Joshua said, what was you about to say? Like Joshua said, I forget the exact chapter, but he said that life and death is set before you. Choose what you will. All right, and if you want to, you have to choose that which is pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We have these scriptures, so we know what abominations are. We know what they deem as wicked. Therefore, we have to stray away from the wicked path and stay on the light path.
That's right. That's right.
Whoever got one, they can pull it.
I know you can get your precept.
Okay, Hebrews 13 and 7. Remember them that have ruled over you, who have spoken unto you the word of Yahweh. And these are most of these motherfuckers learn their doctrine through the elders, apostles, GMS.
All of them.
And they ain't even holding on to this doctrine. Matter of fact,
all of them. All of them learned through the apostles.
Come, even IUIC. Come. Faith follow consider the ends of their conversation. Yahweh said the same yesterday, today, and forever. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrine. For it is a good thing that our hearts be established with grace, and not with meat, that which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. And go down to the right here.
Go down to
verse 15. The point.
Go to 17.
Him, therefore, let us offer a sacrifice and praise unto Yahweh continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. But do good and to communicate. Forget not with such sacrifices Yahweh is well pleased. Obey them which have rule over you, and submit yourself, for they watch over your souls, as they must give account, that they may have to do with joy.
What's the guy that was over Anakin Skywalker?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, the apostles of Great Millstone are the Obi-Wan Kenobis, or they're the Jedi Council. But you got guys that they got that great hubris in them, because a guy's actions will show what his true desires are, man. The way that a person behaves. These guys are really the reason why they're upset. It shows you that they came into this thing for the wrong reasons. They came into this thing to be accepted in the eyes of men. They didn't come in this thing because they were sincere, because they truly cared about Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and they wanted this word to get out. You know, they wanted to be appreciated of man. And when they didn't get it, because hey, trust me, man, you're dealing with guys who have their senses exercised. These are men that have discernment, so they know. Like, for an example, if you're in the when you go to certain events, or if you're invited to a certain feast, and in the feast you're trying to be the one that stand out all the time, and you're trying to be in the spotlight. Like, for an example, I'll use the example of Egghead. All right, the leader of the Good Samaritans. When we went to the Passover, he was trying to appease the apostle Tahar with gifts. I don't even know how many kind of books he gave him, and then he gave a unprofitable sacrifice. Here it is, you gave him a book full of the things that he broke down and taught you, and you gave it back to him saying, these are all of the things that you taught me. He will be rather more pleased if you just went out and continued teaching it. And then also we were invited to the apostle's house, and you were upset because the apostle, you asked him if he read the book, and he told you, like, no, I ain't read it yet. I don't really know what the book is because I got so many books around here. You got upset, but everything happens through the Spirit, because you were seeking recognition of men. And when you did not get it, you were upset. But this isn't this right here, man. It's not about trying to seek recognition of men. The reason that you're in this truth, you should be in this truth because you sincerely believe in the gospel and in the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Right.
You should do this because you're sincere. And then also the scriptures, you know, you're supposed to just be humble, man. You ain't supposed to be looking to try to stick out. Just be humble. Because all of those guys that try to stick out, they're usually the guys that get swept aside, man. And the Lord wants to meet, man. The Lord doesn't want men that are prideful. You're trying to make a name for yourself. Fuck trying to make a name for yourself. That shows, that right there is a sign of rebelliousness. Wasn't Anakin Skywalker trying to make a name for himself? Obi-Wan Kenobi is keeping me back. I can't be myself because of him. No. I got a precept, but this is the follow the Ak Malak. He brought out that the one speaking about, you know, a life and death truth, so whether you will. And he also mentioned that the scriptures, you know, everything is outlined in the scriptures, what you're supposed to do, man. It's already been showed you, it's already been told to you. And that's all you got to do, nothing more, nothing less. You just keep it simple. You know, read the scriptures and do what the scriptures say. This is Sirach 21:10 that says, the way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is a pit of hell. You know, so these scriptures already let you know what's the way of sinners, you know, and not to walk in the way of sinners. But you got guys who don't want to heed the signs. For an example, you got a sign that says if you're walking through a forest and there's a sign that says a dead end, there's a cliff, and if you keep walking, you're gonna fall off the cliff. Are you gonna fall? Are you gonna keep walking? You're gonna fall into a goddamn pit. But you got these blind niggas. Why they're blind? Because their eyes are full of darkness. Who keep on walking straight ahead, and what do? They fall in that same pit. Now they're in that pit with all of the rest of the scoffers, man. You know, these scriptures, it makes that way plain. Just like they make the way of righteousness plain. Just read them and take heed.
You got something?
Yeah, I got one. I got John chapter 6 verses 56 and 57. Right quick. He that eateth my flesh and drink my blood dwell in me, and I in him. 57. As the living Father has sent me, and I live by the Father, shall he that eateth me, ever he shall live by me. So we're supposed to live through, you know, Yahweh from Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. We're supposed to follow his path. But like, and you know, you got these niggas that want to stand out and want to be the man of the show and shit when we're supposed to reach and sign the climb to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But these niggas want to be selfish, man, and I can't believe how these other niggas are. And I see why Yahweh Shem Yahushua kick these other niggas out, man, because they full of shit. Now go ahead.
This is Sirach 7 and 30, 35. Oh, Sirach 7 and 5. Justified. So let me find it. Because there's a scripture. Okay. 4. Sirach 7 and 4. Seek not out of the Lord preeminence of the king, the seat of honor, and the one is the fact of surpassing all others, and that's a dark side. That's a dark side mentality, because that's in that movie, Star Wars 3. That's what Anakin Skywalker wanted. He wanted to surpass everyone else. And that's what you scoffers want. You want to surpass your teachers. You want to be above what you can't be. It says neither the king, neither of the king, the seat of honor, that king's seat. You trying to be on top when Yahweh didn't set you there. He doesn't want you in the king's seat. He doesn't want you in that position. The Lord has set everything up to how He wants, man. And if you're not set up in that king seat, so be it. Everyone's not set up to be a king. You got different offices, but you can't handle that. So you want to be in like what do you want to be, a Jedi master? Mm-hmm. And they told him no, you can't be it. You can
sit, listen, but we're not accountable.
Yep, you can be a part of the council, but you're not gonna be accounted as a master. You see, I'll get one more real quick. This is Sirach 3 and 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. So the things that you want to point it for, you unless you build up to that measure, the Lord's not going to give it to you, man. He's not going to give you something that he doesn't want you to be at. Seeking, like being a part of like using that movie for example, trying to be a part of being a Jedi master, you're not on that level to be a Jedi master. And the same thing with the apostle and elders. You're not set up on that level to be an apostle or elder. If the Lord wanted you to be an apostle or elder, you would have been born during the time when the apostles and elders have been set up, or you would have knew about the truth as soon as you were born. But
you'll continue in the truth. You know, you won't leave the truth or change it. You won't change the doctrine. You won't change the gospel. You won't be teaching anything else. Because, for an example, said that he was an apostle that was born out of season. So you have certain individuals who can come in later, and they may know something, or the Most High may be dealing with them on the level. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna respect their order, because even Paul respected the order. Didn't Paul go to seek counsel of Peter and the rest of the apostles in Jerusalem? You know, so you still abide in the truth. You still teach what was right. For an example, you got situations where individual brothers got kicked out of this thing, or they either left, but they continue in the faith. You know, but you guys totally. You went way left. You didn't continue in the faith. But Baba Kashar, can I grab this precept real quick? This is Ephesians 4:11. It says that he gave. Now listen. It says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and some teachers. Who is that he? That he is Yahushua, man. He set up certain individuals. Now, if the shoe doesn't fit, don't try to put it on, man. No, just be humble and fall into your lot, fall into your position. Just be thankful that the Most High allowed you to know about this truth, you know, and just do your part. All you got to do is make 3 videos, you know, and push the word. Go out and teach on Saturday or Friday or Sunday, whatever day you go out and teach on, and that's it. You know. But this shows you that guys come to this thing and they really don't have faith, and they're here for the wrong reason. They're just here to be the guy that stand out, the guy that's super smart or super intelligent, and has to be the guy that everybody look to and are wooed by. Oh wow. Look at that. Look at how he broke that down. That's the guys that these guys wanted to be. But when they didn't get that kind of recognition and they saw that it failed, then that's when they left.
Did they pull all this?
They wasn't looking at me like.
Okay. I'm gonna grab this first, and I'll pull up the thing on screen. Or do you guys?
I got something. What do you got?
Luke 14. You can get yours. Right?
Okay, this is Matthew 15. And 18. But these things which proceed out of the mouth cometh forth from the heart, and they defile the man. For out of the heart proceeds evil thoughts, murders, adultery, fornication, thefts, falseness, blasphemy. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. So the things that Yahweh just listed off, that's what defiles you, man. The things that wicked thought is a sin, man. That all that wickedness that's set up in your head, that's what defiles man, because everything starts with your mind. When you think about something, it weighs there, and then it comes to reality. That's where wickedness starts from your thought process, from your mind. You have to rebuke that shit, man. You have to rebuke all this wickedness, because this flesh is naturally wicked, man. This flesh is naturally evil, wickedness, but you have to fight against it. There's a scene on the Star Wars cartoon. It's Yoda's fighting against his evil self, and he says what does he say? He says he's fighting against him, and his evil self says, "I'm a part of you, and that the dark side is in all of you." He says, "A part of me you are, but reject you I do." So this flesh is genuinely wicked and wants to go after wickedness, but we have to reject it, man. We have to fight against it. We have to strive against this flesh. That's why the apostles always stress fighting against yourself. And the Apostle Gabar did a video. I think it's like a demon, something that you're your own worst demon, something like that. Because the man you look at in the mirror every day, goes for myself and for all of us. That's your worst enemy, man.
Okay.
That's the worst enemy in the truth. Your own self. And that was Anakin Skywalker's worst enemy, and the Fallout's worst enemy is yourself.
Okay.
Because you couldn't handle the demons and you couldn't fight against the wicked council, and you gave in to it, man. Hey, and AK, you and Rochelle over there, Rochelle is a Sith Lord, and Kylie, you're Anakin Skywalker, man. And then the black guy over there, you're the whole thing. You're Darth Vader.
You're what's the little robot that's helping them on their side? No, that's helping
Bro, they didn't have a.
Darth Vader.
They didn't have a.
They don't have a.
Yeah, they didn't have a name. They just robot shit.
Oh, the retards.
Yeah, he's a robot.
Hey, that's dead. That's dead.
Both of them niggas, man. They're just robots. Hey, this is a precept for you, to follow you, Arya. This is Revelations 3:11. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast to that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." And that man that you have to work, that you have to stop from, taking your crown or causing you to lose your crown is yourself, man. So as a brother with Satan, you gotta fight yourself, man. You gotta fight yourself. Hey, these brothers did a beautiful lesson before, using another anime or cartoon as an example. And there was a guy named Samurai Jack, who had to fight against his evil self. So the same thing applies in this scenario. And these videos may seem as if they're repetitious, but that's the way that we are to teach, because these things have to constantly be made known or be brought to the surface. It has to keep, because that's how Jake is. You tell Jake, how many books of the law do we have? What does the word Deuteronomy mean? It's the second book of the law. Why do you have the second book of the law? You gotta repeat things. You gotta repeat things to Jake, because Jake is hard-headed. So you gotta constantly be told that you gotta fight yourself, man, because there ain't nothing good that dwell in his flesh. And his flesh is Satan. When he tries to attack you, he tries to attack you by way of using things that your flesh will give inclination to, things that appease your flesh, your desires. Satan knows your desires to be the guy that has the preeminence. You want to be the guy on top. You want to be the Josephs. You want to be the Davids. You want to be the Pauls. You want to be the Peters. But that glory and that honor and that position is given to whom is given to. And if you can't get that position, then that's when that pride springs up. Or this whole thing, this whole order has to be corrupt. Everything is wrong. The doctors is wrong. The teachings is wrong.
Precept.
The apostles of Great Millstone is going off just because you couldn't get that position that you wanted. So this fits you pretty well. You are the Anakin Skywalkers.
Now you can get yours.
But the point being, fight yourself, man. Tooth and nail, fight yourself. Don't give in to those pleasures and the desires of the dark side. Stay in the light.
If I can say something real quick, the dark side is on Star Wars. The dark side is built off of being carnal. It's being based off. It's a holy based off your flesh, and the force is based off the. They say in the show the force within, or it's basically in reality what you can use from scriptures is spirit. And the dark side is all about being carnal, following after your wicked thoughts. Their main power is anger or your own emotions. Now you got it.
Okay, Ezra 7:21. For Yahweh Shem Yahshua had given strict commandments to such as came, what should do to live, even as they came, what they should do to observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and he knew not his ways. But these know the Most High ways. You know, they know that they ain't supposed to be doing this shit. They supposed to be teaching.
They don't know why.
They're supposed to be building up brothers.
Because their mind has been totally, their hard drive has been totally wiped clean.
Yeah.
They got a virus.
God. Yeah. Right along with them.
Hey, the ox said if your computer gets a virus, if your computer gets hacked, you know, you throw the whole computer away. You throw the whole hard drive away.
Not good for anything anymore. It's especially when it gets virus. So, well, at one virus you can get rid of easy, but when you get like 5 different 6 viruses, your computer's basically fucked. That's how it is in your mind with the demons. That scripture. I know you brought that up yesterday about the demons. 7 more demons come in, man. Because one virus you can get rid of, or you got 7 different viruses on your computer. It's like fuck, I can't do shit. All that you gonna take it to a computer place and they're like, look, you might as well scrap this. It's gonna be cheaper for you to just get rid of this because trying to fix it is gonna be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Karate, do I got something?
Yeah, I got something. Oh, go ahead, Dwight.
Okay, Kyle. Yeah, John chapter 6 and 29. Yahushua Mashiach assured and said unto them, this is the work of power that ye believe in him whom he has sent, because this word comes from Yahweh and also sent to the son Yahushua, you know, our King of Kings, and they're not disappointing us, but they're disappointing Yahweh and Yahushua, man, and that's why, you know, only the Most High know what he's gonna do to these clowns, man, because right now, you know, these guys are, you know, are rotten fruit. It's who they are, you know. But I just want to say that, and Karatazar, if you want to go ahead.
Okay, Khan. Yeah, this is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 14 and 15, and it reads, "For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things." So, Khan, that word museth means our mind is wondering. Well, a person's mind will be wondering upon many things, man. You know,
Khan, when you get into the word muse, that's where you get words like music or amusement.
Khan.
You know, those words spring from the word muse. I believe reading it before, but when they were breaking down the word muse in the etymology, it says to wander about like a dog that has lost his scent.
So you wondering for a long time.
God, and you just
trying to find
lost.
it. You're trying to find it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
you
also
lost.
says to walk around with your nose up in the air. You know, you don't have a clue what the fuck is going on, man. And that's how it is. A lot of these guys,
Okay.
a lot of these guys, they don't have a clue of what the hell is going on. Matter of fact, all of these guys, except it have been for the apostles of Great Millstone that have been set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. They wouldn't even know that they were in the Israelite. But now
That's
they're
right.
coming up against these men. You know? They're coming up against these men that were set up by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, well, the brother read the scripture in Hebrews 13:7. Now, when you get into the word rule, because it says obey them which have the rule over thee. When you get into that word rule, I believe that word is hagami or something like that, which goes into the word like a hegemony, which means leadership. There's a certain individuals that were set up by Yahweh Shai to be the leadership of his house. There were certain guys that were set up by Yahweh Shai to be the leadership of his house. When you go to Deuteronomy 1:13, Moses did the same thing. Mashah did the same thing. Mashah was set up to be over the house of Israel at that time, but what he did was he set up certain chief men and judges to be rulers over the house. Now Yahweh, Mashah, Moses said that one will come in Deuteronomy 18th chapter that is like unto him. Hear ye him. So how much more respective is the governing body that Yahweh Shai set up? Yahweh Shai set up a governing body to rule over his people, to be the leader or the rulers over his people. You know, Luke the 12th chapter that speaks on that. You know, that he set up certain householders. You know, it also says, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it's in the same chapter, but basically you're supposed to obey them that have the rule over your body, man. And the fact that these guys don't want to follow the apostles of Great Millstone that were set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai just shows complete rebelliousness.
God.
You can find any excuse to talk shit against them, you know, but they never did anything wrong towards us. And they helped us to understand the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have the understanding that you do of the scriptures. So the fact that you have a gripe towards them, you left the truth, and now you're changing the doctrine, which goes to show you what your whole reason for changing the doctrine is only because you're upset at them.
I guess so. This is Luke chapter 14, starting at verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he hath sufficient to finish it? Least happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. All right, and that's what's going to happen to all those that abandon the way. All right, if you abandon the order, you leave the sincere brotherhood. All right, we will mock you, we will insult you. All right, we're not gonna let you come up and attack us and our leaders, and just stand by and just watch and witness. All right, and that's what and that's the repercussions of going to the dark side, to the wickedness, giving in to Satan. You're gonna lose the allies that you had. You're gonna lose brothers. So we're not your brothers. You can't call us. Don't salute us. Don't pray for us. We're not your akim. We're not your brothers. You lost the kinship. That's what happens when you leave. You cut the ties. You were unable to battle Satan. You were unable to separate yourself from your carnal desires, and you gave in. All right, therefore you back in the world. You're not our brothers. And I'm not just talking about them fallouts. I'm talking about for any fall. That's what happens. That's why when you, because people like to say, "Oh, Great Millstone, y'all are rough. Y'all always cursing, y'all always rebuking people." That's what we
So
have to
what?
do. You have to do that to the enemy. You can't let the enemy come and trample all over you. You can't. Okay, that's my enemy. He's my Israelite brother. But you're not gonna stand there and let him toss rocks at your fucking castle. They're gonna come up in there and murk the leader and dip out. Oh, that's my brother. I can't do. It don't work like that. All right, you can't. When you leave, when you join to darkness, you are no longer an ally of the light. You become an enemy at first. All right, and on the light always wins in the end. All right, no matter what, darkness might always be around, but through spirit power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the righteous elect, the 1/3, those that always do right are going to win in the end. Whoever got something for it.
Khan, I got something. Did you Akim have something?
Con.
You can go ahead and read it out.
What?
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Okay, Con. Book of John, chapter 6, verses 65 and 66. And he said, therefore say I unto you, that no man can't come unto me.
Hold up, what you read? Not Luke 14?
No, John 6.
John 6? No, he already read it. You reading John 6?
Yeah, John 6, 65 and 66.
God, okay. Okay.
Go ahead and get it again, Doc.
Okay, I'll start over on chapter 6 and 65. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can't come unto me, escape it. What'd you say?
Except.
Okay, except it reward given unto him of my Father. And 66, from that time many of his
Disciples.
went back and walketh no more with him.
Read the next verse.
We wrong. Okay, read the next one. Okay. 67. That shall Yahushai unto the 12 who had also going away.
Will you also go away? Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Then Samuel, Peter, also aware.
Answered him.
What?
Answered him.
Okay. Answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go that harass the word of eternal life?
Eternal life.
Eternal life.
God, because the only place to go after you left this is to go back into the world, which is to do what? It's to go back into darkness, man.
That's right.
We've been taken out of that darkness. Why in the hell would you want to go back to that? Going back to smoking weed, smoking kush, vanilla kush. I was looking at because your family throw you in a group chat or whatnot, and you got niggas in your family, you can't control that. But nigga talking about he wants some vanilla kush. What the fuck is vanilla kush, man? Come on, man. Why would you want to go back to that? All right? You should enjoy this light that we're in, man.
That's right.
You shouldn't want to be a nigga that's in darkness, committing adultery, smoking vanilla kush, going around just being lost. Because that's what's wrong with these people. They're lost because they don't have the light. And what are they going to inherit? What's going to happen to these people? They're going to be destroyed. So it's only one way to go. If you leave this truth, if you turn back from following Yahweh Bashim Yahushai,
I got a
go ahead
precept.
and keep reading that. The what?
Okay, Kyle. You want me to go to 70?
Yeah, keep reading.
Okay. Yahushai awarded them have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil.
So Yahushai said, haven't I chosen you 12 and one of you is a devil? You know,
Oh.
the kingdom of heaven is like a net. When it was cast into the sea, it drew both up, good and bad. So there's going to be guys that are bad that are drawn into this truth as well. But the thing is, they're going to be sifted out. They're going to be rooted out of this thing. Because it's going to be found out that they're in this truth for the wrong reasons. They're in this truth because they think that it's a social club. And they want to rise to the top like the song. We keep rising to the top.
That's my shit.
They want to be the guys that's on top, man.
Yeah.
You know? But you can't do that, because if you did that, you'll be forcing things. Which is gonna do what? You're gonna end up getting spewed out, man. Hey, what does the scripture say? That they're raging seas, foaming out their own shame? These guys expose themselves through their actions. That was the point. Precept. This is Romans 8:1. It says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of the life is in Mashiach have made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law, well, let me just jump to 5. That's the point. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things that are of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things that are of the Spirit. So the people that are of the flesh, they mind the things that are dark. they mind darkness. But the individuals, the brothers that are of the Spirit, they want the things pertaining to the light.
Okay. I just got this real quick. Sirach 33, verse 12. Some of them, verse 12. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified. This is Most High talking about the people here in this world. And some of them he sanctified and set in himself, but some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places, as the potter's as the clays in the potter's hand to fashion it as he pleasure. So man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Verse 14, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. But look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. All right, so some people are set high and some people are set low, good versus evil. All right, everything is determined by the Most High. All right, you just have to pray that you're one of those that are set on the good side. All right, not to try to overstep your bounds. If you're not set up to be the top man, then don't try to be it. All right, stay in your lane and do what you got to do. Because the moment you try to step out of bounds, that could be it.
Carson, you got some? Or now, do you have some?
No, I had some, but the spirit moved. So
Okay.
Keep it going.
Okay, Carson.
Khan. Yeah, this is St. Luke chapter 9 and verse 62, and it reads, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh.
Yeah, bring it out.
So kind, yeah, we got to keep pushing forward in this thing, man. We can't come into this thing like the Akim said earlier, like it's a fad or it's a hangout club, and then when you see it ain't all good, then you want to dip out. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, it's a lot of things that's gonna happen coming into this thing. Brother's gonna put you in check. Brother's gonna correct you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get rebuked. You know, and a weaker man, once he get his first rebuke, he might dip out. You might not see him again. So you know, like it says, no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh.
John,
You got it now.
okay, John. Luke. I'm just going straight to the point. Luke 12:46. For the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him.
Hey, can you start at 42?
42? Kind, I'll stop. I was going to start up there, but I'm going straight to the point. But Luke 12:42, the Lord said, who then is that is faithful and wise servant whom the Lord shall make ruler over his household and give them the portion of the meat in due season?
So the Lord has men that he has set up to be rulers of his household. He got men that he set up to be stewards. Men that are set up that he have given a certain dispensation of the gospel, or have given Salakia. Let me take that word certain out of there. That he has given dispensation of the gospel. Men that he have revealed revelations and prophecies unto. Yahweh Shai has individuals set up, and those individuals are who? They're the apostles of Great Millstone. Now you have other individuals that were set up to do the same thing, but what did they do? They went into other gospels. They're teaching different doctrines. You got guys that were supposed to be heads and leaders over this thing, teaching correctly, but they're teaching that the white man can be saved. They're teaching that the Northern Kingdom are only dark-skinned Jakes. So there's a difference. The ones that the Lord, when he comes back, he's gonna find them teaching the right, correct doctrine, and ruling over the household righteously. He's gonna reward them, but then he's gonna come back and he's gonna find other individuals who are teaching wicked things. They're not feeding the flock. They're not doing the work, and if they're doing the work, they're feeding them with things that are corruptible. And what he's gonna do? He's gonna put his foot in their ass.
That's right.
That's right.
Keep reading.
God.
43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. In truth, I say unto you that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to be his manservant and maidservant, to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, at an hour when he is not aware, and he will cut him into sunder with, and appointed him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which he knew his Lord will prepare not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. And this is the part I want to get into, because y'all know the will of the Most High. Showed you the way, but y'all going against the doctrine. So the Most High gonna beat your ass with many stripes. He gonna throw your motherfucking ass.
But he could have said that any better.
But he that knew not did not commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes, but unto him whomsoever given of him shall be required. And to men much.
If you want to be that top guy, and you're trying to force yourself in that position, to whomsoever much is given, much is required. So you
right.
hurt yourself because you put yourself in that top position, trying to make yourself the elders and apostles, and not wanting to be under the rulership and the guidance of the true elders and apostles, but you made yourself elders and apostles. Now you put yourself in a position where there's a lot expected of you, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not teaching the flock the right things. You're not leading them in the right path. So what's going to happen to you? You're going to be destroyed, man. Yahushua, when he comes back, like the ox says, he's going to beat your ass.
Did anybody else have anything?
I did.
You can get yours out.
Oh no, I said I didn't. I don't have nothing.
I got Luke 11:34 said the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when the eye is single, the whole body is full of light. But when the eye is evil, the body is full of darkness. Take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. If the whole body, therefore, be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doth give the light. Your eye is focused on this truth and on the right things. Because if your eye isn't focused on the right things, then your body is going to be full of darkness. So you should be focused on this truth. You should be focused on fearing Yahweh Shem Shai with your whole heart, mind, body, and soul, and loving your brother the same. You should be focused on being in order. You should be focused on teaching the right doctrine. Because if your eye ain't single, if your eye ain't focused on what's right, then your body's gonna be full of darkness, and you're gonna do what? You're gonna end up giving in to the dark side.
Dwight, you said you had one?
I was just checking. Did anybody check out what's that book of Matthew chapter 6 and 23?
No, pull it up.
Okay. Book of Matthew chapter 6 verses 23. But if in
I just read that, but in the book of Luke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what he just had.
Okay, Con. Well, other than that, that's it for me.
You had that. You got yours out.
Okay. This is Titus. That's fine. This is Titus 2 and 6. Y'all start from 7. Well, start from 6. Young men be likewise exhort to be sober-minded in all things, showing thyself a pattern in works, in doctrine, and showing in doctrine, showing correctness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be esteemed, having no evil things to say of you. Exhort servants to be obedient unto their masters, and to please them well, not answering again, not prolonging, but showing a good prolonging, but showing a good what's that word? Fidelity, that they or adore the doctrine of Yahweh,
That they may adorn
the doctrine of Yahweh our Savior in all things.
I'll look up the word purloin for you. The word there for purloin is steal something. He says steal, thief, rob, take, snatch, pilfer, and you're trying to snatch the elect out of Yahweh's hand. You know, here it is. You're basically Yahweh set up certain individuals to teach his men to watch over his flock. But now that you are envious of those men and you have left the camp, or you've left us, now you're trying to take other individuals with you. But what did Yahweh say? He said that those that are given into my hand, that no man can pluck them out of my hand. So you can't pluck these brothers that are set up to be the elect out of Yahweh's hand, man. Which means that you can't take them out of this truth. You're trying to draw them out of this truth to follow you. And yeah, there's a lot of people that are with you. Which shows you what? That shows you that the Lord ain't dealing with you, because the elect would only be a few. But there's a bunch of guys and individuals that follow you. Yeah. There's going to be many that love the wicked, that like the wicked. But the righteous is going to be hated. But it says steal, thief, rob, take, snatch, pilfer, loot, appropriate. You're purloining. You're being a thief. You know. Salaki.
Oh, I don't.
Can you read it again? Because it said some good words in there.
Verse 10, not prolonging, but showing all good fidelity.
Fidelity means faith. You got a word called infidelity. That means to lack faith or to not be faithful. It goes back to the word fidel or fidel, which means to be faithful.
That they
Go ahead.
That they may adorn the doctrine of Yahweh, our Savior, in all things.
What does the word adorn means? To make more beautiful or attractive. You're not making the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua more beautiful or attractive. You know, here it is. You know, you're saying that Ruth had to be an Israelite. You know, in order to keep Yahweh's bloodline pure. Well, what about grandmother's mother? You know, she was an Ammonitess. You know, you're not beautifying the doctrine of the Lord, man. You're not beautifying this truth. What you're doing is you're making it ugly. You know, it's the one thing about this truth that's beautiful. We speak on America being Babylon and that it will be destroyed. But you're trying to make it seem like the Vatican is the Babylon that's going to be destroyed according to scriptures. What beauty is it in that? Beauty is seeing the people that afflicted your people being tormented and being destroyed. When did the Vatican come over here and torment us? And if you truly believe that the Vatican was Babylon, what doesn't the scripture say we're supposed to prophesy against the Babylon? So take your ass over to the Vatican and prophesy against it.
Yakim.
Anybody else got anything?
Can I want to go further in Titus 3?
Did you just grab that? Oh.
Titus 3:2.
No, starting at Titus 3, put in mind to
You gotta quote the verse.
I know. Quote where it's at, the chapter and verse.
Titus 3.
3 and what?
3 and 1.
Oh, okay.
Put in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrate, to be ready to every good work, to speak evil of no man, and to be no brawlers, but gentle and showing all meekness to all men.
Now, to speak evil of no man, does that mean that we can't reveal the wickedness of Esau, that we can't wish evil on Esau and of the other nations? Does that mean that we have to speak good things to the other nations and be an example for the heathen? You know, because there was a certain individual that was once amongst us who said we got to be a light to the heathen, to the other nations, not to the Israelites, not to the Gentile or Israelite foreigners, but literally the actual other nations. No, but we're going to speak evil about the so-called white man. We're going to tell of his destruction and his downfall, as well as these other nations. Or does this mean that you can also speak about, you know, certain individuals that were Israelites who are now teaching wayward doctrines and falsifying the truth? Well, not falsifying the truth, because you can never do that, but speaking false things and presenting it as it is the truth. No, but this means not to just, if I got a problem with this brother, just start to speak evil about this brother, you know, but for no apparent reason. But hell, if a guy's speaking against the truth, we're gonna say, we're gonna break down what's right, and we're gonna tell that individual, if you don't repent, and the Lord's gonna kill you, man.
That's right.
Right.
A lot of guys get that misconstrued. They think just because you're rebuking them because of the things that they're teaching that's off, that's you speaking evil against them. But no, brothers are prophesying. Brothers are telling the truth. We're the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If you're lying and you're speaking things that are a lie, if you're speaking things that ain't the truth, then you're gonna be.
I was gonna say, we're not just gonna let you stomp around.
Exactly.
And just come and just toss mud and shit everywhere. We have to defend the gospel no matter who it's against.
That's right. So that ain't speaking evil of you, man. You know, if you're going off and you know you're going off and you're doing what's wrong, and you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be killed. And that's the bottom line. And Stone Cold ain't have to say so.
Yeah, God.
Kai, you can finish your scripture out.
Okay, for we ourselves are sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. But after that, the kindness and love of our power and Savior towards men appear, not by the works of righteousness which they have done, but according to his mercy, he saved us by washing of generations and renewing of the Holy Ghost. And I'm just going to go straight to the point that I was trying to get to is verse 8. This is a faithful thing, and these things thou wilt affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh might be careful to remain good, maintain good works. And these are good and profitable unto men. But verse 9, but unto foolish questions, but to avoid foolish questions and renegalities?
Genealogies.
Genealogies and contentions and striving about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain.
Verse 10.
And that's the point that I want to bring out. But, you know, the shit that you're doing, the Bible even says is vain, it's worthless. It ain't about shit. So, you know, hey, man, it's simple. Just, hey, humble yourself, repent, and start teaching the word like you're supposed to be teaching it.
That's right.
You know, so with that, we're gonna give all praises
To Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Kodash Rakah. Double honors to Apostles, Elders, Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim. Walking, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. All right, to those that's watching, don't turn over. All right, fight the demons every which way. All right, because one slip up,
And fight yourself too.
can't fight yourself. One slip up, and that could be it. It only take one mistake. All right, so with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.